perfect, because this is just legendary. But so here, just pop the thing, and there's nothing you can do, right? I'm just sitting behind the wall. I'm just abusing the ability.
We got bulletproof glass now. Bitch, I turned off. I feel like I want a Grammy. I'm speaking Guapanese. I know he cannot understand me.
Hey yo, it's your boy Atomic coming at you with another Bullet Echo video, and today we're going to be having a look at Levi, one of the strongest AR heroes in the entire game. So what we're going to do before we hop into today's video is, of course, go over her statistics and her abilities, and then hop into a few games with her. As always, in the comment section down below, let me know what hero you want to see me play as next. We are almost all the way through every single one of the heroes in the game, and once we have done that, we will be making a hero tier list so you guys can see who the best and worst heroes in the entire game are. But without further ado, let's have a look at Levi. Obviously, we already talked about it. She has an assault rifle. I've got her sitting at a power level of 1124 with 914 health, 762 armor, and her AR does so much damage with 436 damage per bullet. That is a very, very strong assault rifle in the game. It does have, I think, 13 or 18 rounds per clip, depending on whether or not you have the extended mag, and it shoots a lot slower than some of the other guns in the game, almost as slow as a semi-automatic rifle. But the reason why this is very good is because it also does a lot of damage. To pair it up, her AR actually has ridiculously long range, and you want to take advantage of that by keeping your distance from your opponent, picking them off from deep, and utilizing her main ability right here. Let's hop right into it. It is thermal vision. I've got it at level 6. At level 15, on ability activation, the hero moves slower and gains the ability to shoot through walls for 8 seconds. Hero's movement speed is reduced by 70%, and you get plus 10 to primary weapon piercing power while restoring plus 1 of the charge on the hero's ability upon killing an enemy. Such a great ability. Because she has so much range, you actually really do love those maps where it ends in those closer range areas and there's a bunch of walls. You can literally just sit behind the wall and pound away at your enemy, and there's literally nothing they can do about it. Very, very good combination with her long range AR. I did spend my batteries. I spent the remainder of my batteries on her, so that's how you know she is a very, very strong hero. This ability right here is team healing. At the max level on ability activation, the hero is slowed down by 50% for 7 seconds. You restore plus 67 health per second to allies within a range of 400 over 7 seconds, and you get minus 50% to incoming damage from allies within a range of 400. So it's just one of those things where, you know, of course you want to be able to have a hero that heals themselves. With this team healing, you're able to take care of yourself and be more resistant while trying to turn the fight around. This ability is my favorite one, all of her passives and hitting enemies. It is the Huntress. At level 15, you get plus 150 to the hero's vision range, plus 20% to hero's maximum health, plus 20% to hero's primary weapon damage, and upon hitting an enemy, you get plus 20% to primary weapon aimed fire range, and minus 40% to a wounded enemy's fire rate. Really, really solid stuff right here. This pretty much allows you to hit an enemy, and usually whenever you get the jump on them, they're going to try to run away, but since you've hit them, you'll get even more aimed vision range, allowing you to finish them off before they can run away. And even if they round the corner, pop the thermal vision, finish them off. Finally, we have her stun ability. On killing an enemy, it stuns the enemies, or stuns all other enemies within a range of 400 for 1.25 seconds. The vision range of stunned enemies is reduced by 99%, and the movement speed of stunned enemies is reduced by 99%. Passive bonuses, you get minus 60% to primary weapon aiming time for allies within a range of 400. So this is actually very good for those people that like the third-party fights. If they're within your vicinity and they come through for the third party after you get a kill, it's just going to be so easy for you to turn around, find them. They literally can't do anything for that 1.25 seconds. It's not a lot, but it definitely makes them freak out and gives you the opportunity to either go for the double kill or get away from the fight on time. When it comes to her gear, I am actually rocking the full bionic set, highly recommended for AR heroes. I have the Bio Node Eye, which gets her minus 11% to primary weapon bullet spread without aiming, and plus 8% to hero's movement speed with no aiming penalty. Because for her, like I said, long range AR does a lot of damage per bullet, so you want to be able to aim down sight as quickly as possible. It's just very nice to have. I've got the Bionic Node Heart, which gives her +4 to primary weapon piercing power and +3 to primary weapon armor penetration. Once again, trying to deal as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible, so you can take down all of these enemies. We've got the Bionic Node Arm, which gets -8% to primary weapon reloading time and -10% to pickup time for upgrades. This is just good for quickly going through the map and getting what you need, getting it done, and after you get into a fight, you can reload quickly and get back into the fight. And finally, we have the Bio Node Leg, -8% to primary weapon aiming time and -8% to primary weapon fire spread while moving. This is very good just to help her get into those fights in case she's a little bit more close range. You can still finish them off by having that narrow, that more narrow vision. And the reason why I run all 4, I know a couple of those might not have sounded as strong. I could run like the Techni pads and have it at Mythic. But the reason why I run all 4 of those is when you run these full sets, you get bonus abilities. So if you click on the information right here, because I have all 4 from the Bionic Y set, I get +2 to primary weapon armor penetration and +3 to hero's primary weapon clip size, allowing her to have more ammo per clip, deal more damage, and just take down enemies a lot quicker. So what we're going to do now is hop into a few games here with Levi so I can show you guys exactly how I use her. Into the first game here with Levi. We're actually not going to find anything off rip. We will be able to get the foregrip, the scope, and some ammo. So it's a decent start to the game. There's some armor there as well. Let's go ahead and scoop that. There's explosive rounds we can pick up. And it's actually turned into a solid start. So as you guys can see, we picked up the scope. So the range that we're getting right now is ridiculous. You can abuse this with her thermal ability, which is amazing. We'll go ahead and get some more ammo. One thing about her thermal, especially if you have it at the lower levels, it doesn't load up that quickly. So make sure you don't use them too much because you want to have it at the very end of the game. Keep your eye on where the ability charges are in this game. We'll go ahead and do that. Not much you can do. So I know there's an ability charge here. So what that allows me to do is then abuse and use the thermal now. And then I can come back, scoop it, and then pop it again later. But with the thermal, what you really want to do is cheese end game, right? I know the end game is ending here. So this game, I won't be able to show you this game. I'll have to show you next game, I think. What I'm going to do is, I think I'll be able to see him through here. Tell me that's not busted. So pretty much what I was going to show you was at the end game, you want to use the X, right? You know where the X is going to be. You want to position yourself behind walls and wait for the circle to get really small. And essentially, it'll get to the point where your opponent has to be in a certain area, right? You can predict them and guarantee that they'll be in that specific spot. But if you are behind the wall, even if the storm is coming in on your back and you pop the thermal ability, you get free shots on them. The only time that this can be fully countered is if a Bastion pops down a shield or any other shield heroes pops it down and they can tell where you're coming from. But for most of the time, what you want to do instead of just playing completely behind the wall is maybe play a corner so that if they do pop the shield and you need to get out of the storm, you can rush them head on and take on the fight. Let's hop right into game number 2. Into game number 2, we're going to be blessed up here at the start of the game with a bunch of ammo and armor. We'll go ahead and pop both just so we are ready to go. I might even want to go for some early game pushing here just because we have the advantage most likely over someone that didn't get lucky or as lucky as we did. Honestly, let's push towards... I will push towards this. Man's got that full auto shotty going down. We can chase him down. If he even stops for a second, he'll die. So whoever that was just completely pushed away. 1v1 situation. This is a quick game too. Okay, so here... we might even want to cheese a little bit and play the wall with her ability. Just to show you guys, give you guys that example of end game boxing up, essentially. End game playing the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay right here. Actually. So we'll stay right behind this wall. And we'll pop her ability. Oh, I didn't even get you. Blood had no chance. I was hoping you were staying right on the X. I was going to go behind the car and pop the ability and pretty much show you guys that there is nothing they can do about you sitting there on the ability. It's just a very strong thermal plus long range AR combination. Either way though, let's hop into the third and final game here with this amazing hero. Here we go into the final game. We're not going to find much off rip, but there is ammo and armor. I'm going to get the armor, and then we're just going to push. Because well, the thing there is, right, you don't want to get the ammo and have to be reloading. So there, I knew for a fact we had an enemy on site, so we had to make sure I'd rather use the pistol, you know what I'm saying, than get ammo for a gun you can't even use and most likely die. Let's get the ability charge. Med kit. Circle ends over here in the top right of the map. I might be able to abuse. Oh, this is gonna be. Oh, dude, GG's. Alright, so I think. Play range right there, even moving. And that's the reason why I want to upgrade that ability and get that item in order to be able to back off from targets and still be able to do a lot of damage. So here I'm gonna cheese. I'm gonna cheese this end game. Essentially what I want to do is get behind the wall and just use her thermal because there's only one person left. And if we're behind the wall, there's not much they can do to stop us. So unless they sneak up from the right, which could potentially happen. Well, I could do this. I'm trying to cheese. So I can't see hard left. This is like the most perfect situation, perfect example you could possibly use, or I could possibly show you guys for Levi's ability. Right? It doesn't have to be this perfect, because this is just legendary, but so here, just pop the thing, and there's nothing you can do, right? I'm just sitting behind the wall. I'm just abusing the ability of Levi. There is nothing he can do. If it is a hero that does not have a shield in that kind of a situation, they are just screwed. GG's, well played, able to tear through without any worry. That's gonna put us at how many trophies we get in there? 12, 13. Let's go. Collect the cash. I've got a couple of chests here that I can pop open too. So we're gonna pop that. See if we can get some more batteries, maybe. Even some more gears would be nice. I need some gears to upgrade some more items in the game. But either way, guys, that's gonna be it for today's Levi video. Top tier hero in the game. I do have to say, combining her Huntress, the thermal vision, the long range, high damage AR, Levi is one of the best heroes overall in the entire game. Once again though, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you go on and enjoy the rest of your day.